All right, so we have some PUBG console news to go over. Yesterday on March 14th, early in the morning, there was an update only for PlayStation users, and I'm seeing many reports from players online that this has broken their game. So first, let's talk about what the update was for, and the only place I saw PUBG announce this was on Twitter, so we're going to read this full tweet. So here it says, for console, we recently deployed an update for PlayStation players that will be required to download. Patch details are as follows: fixed map loading time measurement bug, and also added an API for PS5 classification. So in short, they fixed a bug and also added classification for PS5 users. And for what I'm being told, PUBG does not have the full capability to tell what console you're playing on. For example, they don't know always if you're playing on the PS5 or the PS4. And to go ahead with the next gen update, which many players and users have been asking for, they will need to be able to tell the difference if you're on the next gen Xbox or on the older version. So this could mean that the next gen update is coming very soon, or it could just be PUBG organizing and improving their back end data, and we might still have to wait a while until we see this update. And now getting back to the game-breaking issues on PlayStation, and I wasn't even aware of this because I play on Xbox, but I was alerted by my buddy Nick, who just started playing on the PlayStation 5, and he said that the game is unplayable right now. He keeps crashing. So I was asking him, what other issues are you seeing? And he said that he's also getting invisible players, which is something that I've never heard of before in PUBG. I've seen a lot of issues, game-breaking bugs in my 3-4 years of playing on console, but never invisible players. Then I went online and saw a lot of people reporting the same thing. I went onto Reddit, and this is from user Pippi, and he posts that the new PlayStation 5 update has completely broken the game. What have you done, PUBG Corp? And he says here that FPS now are at 30 frames per second or less on PlayStation. Assets are loading in late or not at all. Invisible characters, confirming that there are invisible characters. And then he finishes by saying completely unplayable. I'm baffled. And then we have some footage from another user here, Wow675, and this is state of play of PS5. And you can see that he's aiming at an enemy, and the enemy is walking up against a wall and then goes invisible except for his weapons that he's holding in on his back. And this is what I've been hearing from my buddy, that people go invisible around 50 meters and all you can see is the gun. So there's people running around with just floating guns everywhere, and you can't tell where you're being shot from. And obviously this is just an insane game-breaking glitch, especially this far into the game as PUBG approaches their 5-year anniversary on PC. And what makes this even more disappointing is that this is 2 months after the free-to-play launch. And I know bugs like this happen when you do updates, but this is such a game-breaking one that it's kind of unfortunate to see. But on the flip side, the community has already seen responses from our almighty savior, PUBG Andy, who does such a great job out there and is definitely one of the best community managers out of any game ever. And he said, hi, the dev team are aware of the current issue PlayStation players are experiencing after the recent update, and they are working on a fix. That was on March 14th, so yesterday as I record this video. And then today, Andy updated saying that the dev team has been working hard throughout the night on a fix. During this time, I have been asleep. I get that this is hugely frustrating, but please understand that this is not an easy fix. And Andy is absolutely right. I mean, when they put out these updates, anything could have been changed that causes this issue. First, they need to identify it. Well, they need to replicate it, identify it, and then start looking for the fix, and then fix it, then implement it. So there's a lot of work here. And just know that, developing these games is so difficult sometimes. And, we have people staying late, possibly working throughout the night. So it's just unfortunate to hear for PUBG's end. I'm sure they're definitely frustrated and disappointed. Obviously, the players are frustrated and disappointed, but know that they are working on a fix, and hopefully they can get this resolved as soon as possible. So if you're playing PlayStation on PUBG right now, I'm not sure what to tell you guys. Maybe just take a break and wait for any of the news that this is going to get fixed. They're probably going to post this on Twitter or Reddit first, I would imagine. But you can also subscribe to my channel. I'll make sure I update in the video here in the comments if I hear any news or in a community post. And make sure you drop a like on this video if it helped you guys out. Also helps the video out a lot. And as always, thank you all for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.
His friend?
Yep.
Hey. I'd already cooked that.
I can't believe that I set up that trap and then that happens. Like, the only time, like, why I shouldn't have been there watching that happen. And then we just saw this loot truck get completely tossed around. And then at one point it attached itself to the other loot truck. I mean, that is just something you don't see every day.